Well, another phone scam is out there affecting not only the Eastern Sierra. We've seen stories from throughout the state. Now, according to a press release from the Inyo County Sheriff's Office, has received reports that residents in Inyo County have been the recipients of fraudulent phone calls from a man who claims he is from the United States Department of Treasury or the Internal Revenue Service. The man says that the recipient of the phone call has back taxes due, and in order to avoid being arrested, they must provide payment in the next 45 to 60 minutes. Now, the caller further states that if the back taxes are not paid, the phone call recipient will be arrested by an agent who will come to their house and hold them without bail. Payment is requested in prepaid debit cards only. Inyo County Sheriff's Office has also received reports that a female caller sometimes follows up requesting the same actions as the first caller. Now, reports have indicated that the calls are frequent and numerous. These calls are fraudulent. Now, according to the IRS, if you get a phone call from someone claiming to be from the IRS, here's what you should do. If you know you owe taxes or think you might owe taxes, you should call the IRS, and that phone number is 800-829-1040. The IRS employees at that line can help you with a payment issue if there really is such an issue. Now, the Inyo County Sheriff's Office also wants to remind residents to contact local law enforcement as well if you have experienced a phone scam like the one mentioned above. When the Sheriff's Office is informed of these scams, they can help inform the public and ultimately arm residents with valuable information. And you can see more on this story on our website, sierrawave.net. Well, Bennett Kessler filed this story as a mitigation in the Inyo Los Angeles long-term water agreement. Inyo County took over the town water systems in Lone Pine, Independence, and Laws. Now, these were areas that suffered severe groundwater pumping and a lowering of the water tables. Now, the idea was to keep water rates low so residents could irrigate more. The county thought community service districts would take over the systems. That did not happen. Now, recently, the Inyo County Board of Supervisors approved a new contract with Wilder Barton Incorporated for operations of the systems. Now, at first look, it appears the county saved $135,000 per year in the 3-year contract. Public Works Director Clint Quilter made it clear that this contract, unlike the one with Inyo, does not include payments for unknown circumstances. Also, Inyo County will maintain some responsibility to do work on the systems or hire other contractors to do work, so the actual savings will likely be less. Now, Quilter said county officials made sure there were no redundancies in the contract, and they indicated there will be no consideration of rate increases for a year. Now, it is the county that sets the rates. Patricia Barton, who co-owns Wilder Barton with her brothers, said it would be a long process to analyze the system and determine if rate increases are needed. She said there are no immediate plans for substantial changes. She said Wilder Barton will have a better understanding of the systems once they operate them. Now, there could be future upgrades, and there are still issues of capital improvements. Barton assured that the goal of their company is community service and, quote, high quality water management, end quote. She said they have 25 years of experience managing water systems. Inyo supervisors see the new contract as part of service redesign in which the county will pay less money. How much less depends on unknown problems. Well, effective this Friday, the BLM Bishop Field Office and the Inyo National Forest are implementing fire restrictions. Now, the restrictions are in effect on all BML public lands managed by the Bishop Field Office and all Inyo National Forest lands. Now, among the restrictions, no campfires, briquette barbecues, or stove fires are allowed outside of designated developed recreation sites and specifically posted campsites or areas. Now, a list of designated campgrounds and recreation sites is available at local ranger stations and visitor centers and on the Inyo National website, and that is usda.gov/Inyo. Also, no fireworks. It is prohibited to possess or discharge any fireworks. If you would like more information on the fire restrictions, you can call Isabel Kusamoto, and that phone number is 760-872-5057. Well, June Lake Brewing had its grand opening on June 21st, the summer solstice. Sierra Wave Media's Rob Gill talked with owner Justin Walsh.
So yeah, we're out here at June Lake Brewing, opening day, June 21st, summer solstice, and we make some nice beers. To round out the recipe that we have right now is we actually have our smokin' porter, which is based on a robust American porter recipe. We kick up the hops just a little bit, and we're actually hitting about 50 IBU, that's international bitterness units. So not too hoppy, but definitely a little bit more than a traditional porter. It's very smooth. For how dark it is, it drinks pretty well. And then we have our Alpers Trout Pale Ale. We actually worked in conjunction with supervisor Tim Alpers to develop this beer. Tim isn't necessarily a brewer, however, he definitely has good taste. And, working on the Alpers Trout Pale, we included a lot of wheat malt and Pilsner malt to make it a very creamy mouthfeel and very approachable pale ale, so that we can actually, take the June Lake community and put that name out there to people that come here and fish. They're going to be telling their friends about it. Hey, check this out. If they traditionally drink a Budweiser or a Pilsner type beer like that, it's going to be very approachable for them. Moving on down the line to kind of some of our bigger beers, we actually have the Deer Beer Brown, which we did in homage to June Mountain, our favorite ski resort in the area, and also some of the most epic backcountry that you could find in the Eastern Sierra as far as lift access terrain goes. And we took a traditional English brown recipe and then doubled the hop bill of the UK Golden and Fuggles, and also added some chocolate malt. And what that does is gives you a little bit more hop feel. So imagine a Newcastle, except for some floral aromas, if you will, and also the chocolate backbone at the end of it. Finally, we kind of round out our 4 beers that we have on tap right now with the June Montaigne High PA. This beer is hopped as a double IPA, however, the alcohol is down around 7.1%, so it's lower alcohol than a double IPA at about 9-10%. However, the hop bill is just over the top. I mean, we have Millennium, Citra, Cascade, Amarillo, you name it, it's in there. And then we dry hopped it on top of that. So super hop bomb beer. If you're a hop head, you're going to dig this one the most. And then as well, we actually hooked our draft system up with nitrogen, so we can pour all of our beers on CO2. Or right now we also have 2 taps that are dedicated to nitro-infused beers. So we can pour the same beer, the June Montaigne High PA, on nitro and on CO2, and then you could sample them side by side. So come on down, it's good. So we're actually located in the heart of June Lake Village. We're directly behind the general store. However, you access our location via turning right on Knoll Avenue, where the Tiger Bar is, turning left on Crawford Avenue, which is your first stop sign that you come to, and we're about a block and a half down on the left-hand side. Big, ugly brown warehouse that eventually will look a little bit better. Right now, we're just trying to get, good beer out the door and good people in the door. If you would like to contact us, you can check out our website at www.junelakebrewing.com. You can also see our Facebook at facebook.com/June Lake Brewing. And if you'd like to email us, you can go onto the website and there's a reach out form. Put in your information, your GPS coordinates, and we'll send you out bi-weekly booze letter updates, letting you know what we got brewing and what we're doing.
June Lake Brewing. We're looking forward to seeing and tasting that in person. We'll be back with more news.